Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist. Today is Thursday, September the 20th, 2018. Can't believe it's already September. All right, let's make this really quick. Markets have been very interesting. If you did not tune in today and you missed me on the Tuesday Terror Dome with on Rogue Money, you're going to want to go ahead and peep that. We talked a lot about what's been happening in these markets. Taking a look today at the bond chart. This is the inverse ETF, ticker is TBT. And as you can see here, this market is attempting to break out and rally. Price action now is happening above the Kumo cloud. This is a weekly chart. And we have bullish trend momentum established now in this market. All right, and you've broken out of the downtrend channel. Therefore, this could be the beginning stages of a major run in this inverse ETF. As bond prices continue to drop, the TBT ticker should continue to run. And as you can see, it broke out from the $36 handle, and now here we are sitting at 38, almost 38 and a half. All right, so getting close to that $39 and $40 handle. All right, all things being equal, with bond prices hitting 140 on the bond futures, I think this should bode well for continued elevation in price on the TBT ticker. So this market is still, in all intents and purposes, bullish. All right, so now on a pullback, you don't want to see prices drop below the $37 handle. All right, because that's where your support is for this particular trend line. Trend line support is currently around 37 bucks. So on any kind of pullback, you want to see that hold. All right. Taking a look at the next chart. This is of the Dow Futures. Dow Futures is broken out of its melancholy and is also now running wild. You have bullish trend momentum established, and this market is gunning for the new highs. The last high was made on the week of January the 26th, when we hit 26,608. And now this week we've taken that out. We hit a high of 26,745 as the market is gunning for the 27,000 handle. That's right, 27,000. All right, so trend line momentum is bullish. Daily momentum is also bullish. The Dow needs to close tomorrow above the momentum line of 26,187 to maintain its current trajectory and bullish outlook. All right, so as long as the market can do that, it looks like it's going to, you're good to go. The only downside in this situation is that your longer term trend lines support down here is still inside the Kumo cloud and it's not fully broken out yet. If it does not, all right, then we know at some point markets will pull back to equilibrium. And right now that's showing you around the 24,000 handle. All right, 24,000 is where the trend line is currently at. And it's actually flattened out. It's not turning up. So that means that any pullback can potentially be quite devastating and keep us in an extraordinarily wide trading range like we did back here. All right. As long as this trend line stays in the Kumo cloud like that, you can expect a situation like this where we fell from 26,684 all the way down to 23,088. All right. So a 3,000 point drop, and then we just stayed within that range of 3,000 points. We stayed that way, it seemed like forever, until now. All right, so this is where we are. Now, a strong close is good because we had it back here on week of January 26, 2018. Had a nice strong close in the week, but then the following week we just gave it all back and just crashed. Will we see basically a double top? You know, some people, the purist, when it comes to the chart readers, think that the double top has to not exceed the previous high made on the top. But that's not necessarily the case. You can overshoot the previous high and close above the previous high and still come down and fail. The test will be next week. Will the prices hold? Next week, we need to have a continuation pattern like this. If this is this week, this has to be next week, or this will be a failure pattern, folks. All right, that's how this works. Okay, so bullish for now. Looking at silver. Silver's trying to do a little something, but it's a bounce. We have trend momentum bearish, hence the red line, and your daily momentum, the blue line, is also bearish and pointing down. However, price action is trying to bounce and put in a bottom. It tried to do it here and failed. Now it's trying to do it again here, and it may actually succeed. Market's going to need, though, to get a little bit more gusto and giddy up here if it's going to have a fighting chance. It's going to need to close above 14.45 tomorrow, and that's only 10 cents away from where it closed today. If it can do it, then we've officially put in a short-term bottom, and now the market is staged a support base for a potential rally of, we're looking at maybe $1.20. So $1.20 rally could be in play starting next week if we get that bullish momentum close tomorrow. Failure to do so sets up the door wide open, slings it open for a massive sell-off next week. One of these numbers, boom, boom, and boom. That's where we're going if we don't base out here. All right, taking a look at oil, looking at the crude oil futures. Still in a downtrend channel, even though the market's trying to come up. It's going to have to really rally and break out to break the overall downtrending channel. Yes, it's still in correction because we have not broken out. You bounced from the lows, and yeah, you got some bullish trend momentum. You tried to do it back here and failed, but now you're locking in here. So as long as the oil price stays above $68.12 tomorrow, then that bodes well for a continuation of this rally into next week. But you got a lot of overhead resistance, so we'll have to see what happens. Trend line and price action is above the Kumo cloud. But even though you got bullish trend momentum, your daily momentum is still, believe it or not, bearish, which means that this rally can be sold at any time. The rally is definitely vulnerable right now, just like it was back in here. Without that, you had selling that was building in the market between here and here that came to pass, and now it's trying to do away with that. But oil is a gangster market. Technically speaking, in the macro picture, we just been moving sideways, very wide trading range. All right, so we'll see. It's off the lows, got bullish momentum, just needs to really get something going here. All right, taking a look now at gold futures. All right, gold futures now has wrestled back bullish momentum, and this is the beginning stage this week. A close above 1204.90 tomorrow is needed to sustain this rally and set the stage for a strong rally next week. The market could retrace as much as $50. Trend line resistance overhead is at 1265.80. All right, so you're looking at a $50+ rally that is in store that can get us up toward the 1270, 1280 mark, perhaps even getting lucky breaking back inside the Kumo cloud and getting north of 1300. That's a lot to say, a lot of wishful thinking, but hey, all things being equal, look at the bearish run you had. It lasted for quite a while, since April, right? So all things being equal, this bull rally could take us into 2019 in gold. Let's see what happens. We know we have some dark forces coming against the precious metals. We talked about that today on the show. Let's see what happens. All right, Bitcoin futures has really had a rough way to go. Still in a bear market, still in a downtrend channel, still got, well, it's trying to work off the locked in bearish trend momentum, and it's trying to also do something with this daily momentum as well. So trend momentum, it overcame. It's no longer locked in bearish, but your daily momentum is. The market does need to close tomorrow above 67.50 if it is going to put in a short-term bottom. Now, if this was any other market, we'd be like, yeah, right, wishful thinking. But nah, we've seen the Bitcoin futures move, thousands of points at a time, so it can do it, but just not likely. All right, so market's still under a lot of selling pressure at this time. All right, and last but not least, the US dollar. As you can see, the downtrend channel is locked in. Downward price action is accelerating. Trend momentum is also beginning to accelerate. Daily momentum also pointing down, accelerating, and threatening to really get hardcore into next week. The market would need to close above 95.12 tomorrow in order to put a stop to this sell-off. So looks like the beginning of something quite extraordinary. Could even come down here and test the trend line momentum at 92.58 right here. And that would take it deeper in the Kumo cloud as well. But the $90 support is established, and it's a pretty strong support. I call that the White House support. And you can see the market is bearing that out because this is a nice solid support base right here around that $90 handle. And that's what the Trump White House needs. It needs the dollar to be strong, but not too strong. And anything $90 or better would work for that. So I think that's what we're going to oscillate between 90 and 95 for the foreseeable future. For all these trade tariffs and trade wars, we shall see. But with that being said, remember pulsewavetrading.com, where you can also learn how to trade these markets and get the rally and crash alerts delivered to your inbox before the markets move. Pulsewavetrading.com. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. Peace.